Alright, so in this little video, we're just going to look at coordinate transformations again, and this time we're going to look about what happens when we reflect, reflect around the y or the x-axis. And my first trick to remember is that, like, I have to work out what happens to my coordinates, x, y, when I reflect them out. How are they going to change? So when I reflect around the y, this is how I always like to think about it, each of my points are going to remain the same distance from the line, right? So when I reflect A, it's going to be still two units from the y-axis, but it's going to be on the other side of the y-axis. So it's like we draw a little line of 2 there, and then we come out 2 this way. That's what a reflection is. B is going to be still the same distance from the line. In this case, that's 5 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it's on the other side, so it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units over this way. And we can see that if that's our A and that's our B, then we can rewrite out our coordinates. So in our first one, we had A was sitting at 2, 4, and it's now changed to minus 2, 4. So its height hasn't changed. When it's reflected in the y stays the same. This part stays the same. But this part, the sign's been flipped. So if I was positive here, I flipped the negative. If I was negative here, this would become positive. That would be what a reflection does. We flip the signs. When we do it in the y-axis, flip the x sign. When we do it in the x-axis, reflect around the x-axis, we flip the y sign. So that's sort of something to remember and write down maybe if you want to. And let's look at what that actually looks like. So to write out my new points down here, I've sort of skipped ahead a little bit and written them in. So if I started at 2, 4 here, and I'm saying that I'm flipping in the y, flipping y, or reflecting, sorry. That means I'm changing the sign of x. So 2 is going to become minus 2, 4 is going to stay the same. 5 for point B is going to become minus 5, 4 will remain the same. Down here, 2 will become minus 2, minus 4 will remain the same, 5 will become minus 5, minus 4 will remain the same. Now I just draw them in, and hopefully this will all match up with what we thought would happen. So A is now at minus 2, 4. So minus 2, 1, 2, and 4 up. Great, there's A. B is going to be at minus 5, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, sorry, minus 5. All right. C is now going to be at minus 2. So over here and down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. C and D will be there at minus 4, minus 5. Happy days. So, sorry, minus 5, minus 4. All right, now we can draw our shape in. There's my square. So when I reflect, I remember my 2 checks are, is my shape the same? Shape needs to stay the same. Stays the same. And all my points are the same distance from the line. And what I mean by that, if A was 2 from the y-axis here and I flipped in the y, then it's still got to be 2 there. C is 2 here, still got to be 2 there. B, if B was at 5, when I reflect, it's still got to be 5. So it's got to be 5 to there. That means it's going to be on the other side, but it's going to be 5. Cool. So that's my check. That's all done.